There is a vibratory code that separates those who struggle for money from those who simply receive it. 3 words, just 3. And when pronounced with the conviction of one who recognizes their divinity, they dissolve years of financial blocks in seconds. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to effortlessly magnetize opportunities? How money flows to them in ways that defy all logic? They don't possess more talent, more luck, or more connections. They've discovered something most people ignore: the difference between asking and allowing, between wishing and accepting, between wanting and deserving. While millions pray for abundance, few understand that the universe has already said yes. The question isn't whether you deserve prosperity, it's whether you are vibrationally available to receive it. And this availability is activated through 3 specific frequencies. 3 words that act as master keys to the unseen treasuries of creation. Eleanor Vance, a visionary from the 1920s, discovered this secret amidst the worldwide financial meltdown. While the Great Depression devastated fortunes and destroyed dreams, she taught that the real crisis wasn't in the economy. It was in consciousness. That scarcity wasn't an external condition, but an internal state, and that 3 simple declarations could reposition any soul from the frequency of lack to the frequency of abundance. But what she discovered goes beyond any manifestation technique. It goes beyond visualizations or affirmations, because these 3 words don't create abundance. They remove everything that is blocking it. And when you understand the difference, your financial life will never be the same. The first law that governs all prosperity is the law of conscious receptivity. It's not about attracting money, it's about stopping the repulsion of it. Because the universe is an infinite field of abundance in constant motion, looking for open channels to express itself. And you, in your divine essence, are one of those channels. But here's what most people don't understand. Money isn't created, it's released. It already exists in the invisible dimension, waiting for minds that vibrate at the correct frequency to receive it. Like a radio station that constantly transmits, but is only picked up by receivers tuned to the right frequency. Your conscious mind, trained by society to believe in limitation, acts as a filter between you and this abundant transmission. Every thought of scarcity, every belief of unworthiness, every fear of not deserving acts as static interference, distorting the divine signal that should flow freely through you. Eleanor Vance observed that human beings possess 3 fundamental resistances to abundance, 3 invisible walls that keep prosperity at a distance, no matter how hard they strive or work. And she discovered that these resistances dissolve through 3 specific affirmations, pronounced not as pleas, but as acknowledgments of eternal truths. The first resistance is unconscious denial. Even when we say we want prosperity, a part of us rejects it out of fear, guilt, or familial programming. We say yes with our minds, but no with our hearts. And the universe responds to our total vibration, not just our superficial words. The second resistance is the belief of unworthiness. Deeply ingrained in the human psyche, this belief whispers that abundance is for others, that you don't deserve more than you have, that prosperity is somehow anti-spiritual or selfish. It is the voice that transforms every opportunity into guilt and every victory into anxiety. The third resistance is obsessive control, the need to know how, when, and from where abundance will come. This need to control the process closes the invisible channels through which prosperity would naturally flow, forcing the universe to express itself only through the limited paths our conscious mind can conceive. When Eleanor identified these 3 resistances, she also discovered their vibrational antidotes. 3 declarations that, when spoken with absolute faith, instantly dissolve the internal walls that separate you from the abundance that is your divine right. Because prosperity isn't something you conquer, it's something you are. And here's the revelation that changes everything. These 3 words don't work by magic. They work because they realign your identity with the spiritual truth that has always been yours. They don't create a new you. They remove everything that isn't you. And when the false barriers fall, abundance flows naturally, like water finding its level. The 3 words Eleanor discovered are pure frequencies of divine receptivity. The first dissolves denial. The second removes unworthiness. The third releases control. And together, they form a spiritual decree that repositions you from the vibration of scarcity to the vibration of abundance in a matter of seconds. I accept. The first two words that dissolve decades of unconscious denial. Because accepting is not resignation, it is sacred surrender. It is the recognition that the universe is constantly offering blessings and that your only responsibility is to be open to receive them. When you declare, I accept, you signal to the invisible forces of creation that you are ready to receive everything that is being offered. You remove the vibrational no that has kept opportunities at bay. You become an unobstructed channel for the flow of divine prosperity. I deserve, the declaration that shatters the illusion of unworthiness. Because deserving is not arrogance, it is recognition of one's own divinity. It is understanding that you were created in the image and likeness of the Creator, and that abundance is your spiritual inheritance, not a prize to be won. When you affirm, I deserve, you align your identity with the eternal truth that prosperity is your natural state. You remove the guilt that has sabotaged your successes and the shame that has limited your dreams. You recognize yourself as a worthy expression of the universe's infinite abundance. I allow, the third key that releases obsessive control and opens space for miracles. Because allowing is the highest form of faith. It is trusting that the universe knows paths to your prosperity that your conscious mind could never imagine. When you declare, I allow, you release the need to micromanage the manifestation process. You become available to receive abundance through unexpected channels at perfect times in ways that exceed your limited expectations. You give divine permission for miracles to happen. Now, pause for a moment and feel the weight of what you have been carrying. How many opportunities have you pushed away with a thought of, this is too good to be true? How many times has money knocked on your door and you didn't recognize it because you were vibrating at a frequency of lack? Look at your financial history with honesty. Not the numbers in your account, but the moments of choice. How many times did you say no when the universe was offering yes? How many times did you sabotage yourself at the exact moment success was within reach? Do you remember the feeling? That tightness in your chest when an opportunity appears. The inner voice whispering, you're not capable. You don't deserve it. This will go wrong. That voice isn't your intuition. It's your scarcity programming speaking louder than your divine wisdom. And what happens when you obey it? The opportunity moves away. Not because of external rejection, but because of internal rejection. The universe simply reflects back the frequency you are emitting. If you vibrate lack, you receive lack. If you vibrate abundance, you receive abundance. It is spiritual law, not personal preference. But when you declare, I accept, something changes in the very structure of reality around you. Doors that were closed begin to open. People start offering you opportunities. Lucrative ideas begin to emerge in your mind like divine downloads. When you affirm, I deserve, your body posture changes. Your energy changes. Your way of speaking and negotiating changes. You stop apologizing for existing and start occupying the space that has always been yours by divine right. When you allow, you stop blocking the channels through which abundance wants to flow. You stop trying to force specific results and start receiving surprises that exceed your expectations. You stop fighting life and start dancing with it. How many times have you been on the verge of a financial breakthrough and recoiled in fear? How many times have you said, maybe later, when I'm ready, when I deserve more? That's not prudence. It's self-sabotage disguised as humility. The truth that will hurt but will set you free. You have been your own biggest obstacle to prosperity. Not the economy, not the competition, not the lack of opportunities. You, your denial, your unworthiness, your obsessive control. While you doubt, life waits. While you fear, the flow closes. While you procrastinate, the opportunity ages. And while you convince yourself that you're not ready, others with less talent and more receptivity receive what was destined for you. It's not money that avoids you. It's your doubt that expels it. And today, now, at this moment, you decide to open the door. Each of these 3 words carries a specific transformative power. They are not just affirmations, they are decrees that rewrite your subconscious programming and realign your vibratory frequency with the abundance that has always been yours. I accept is the key to sacred surrender. When pronounced with absolute faith, it instantly dissolves the unconscious resistance that has kept prosperity at bay. It is the yes your spirit gives to everything the universe is trying to deliver to you. Accepting doesn't mean conformity. It means active receptivity. It's like opening the windows of a house that has been closed for years, allowing fresh air and sunlight to flood spaces that were immersed in darkness. Your declaration of acceptance is the formal invitation for abundance to enter your life without further resistance. When you truly accept, you stop questioning whether you deserve to receive. You stop analyzing whether the opportunity is real or too good to be true. You stop creating mental obstacles where no real obstacles exist. You simply receive, like a child receives a gift from someone who loves them. I deserve is the declaration of divine dignity. It is the recognition that you are not a cosmic accident fighting for crumbs in a scarce universe, but a conscious expression of infinite abundance created to prosper and flourish. Deserving is not arrogance. It is spiritual self-knowledge. It is understanding that your need for abundance is, in fact, the universe's need to express itself through you. When you prosper, the whole prospers. When you flourish, all of creation rejoices. This declaration removes layers of familial, religious, and social guilt that have kept you small for fear of being selfish or materialistic. It destroys the illusion that poverty is virtue and that struggle is the only path to deserving. You have always deserved. From your very first breath, this is your divine inheritance. I allow is the release of control that transforms you from a blocker into a channel. It is the wisdom that there are intelligent forces in the universe working in your favor in ways your conscious mind could never orchestrate. Allowing is faith in action. It is trusting that the universe not only wants your good, but knows paths to your prosperity that are infinitely superior to your limited plans. It is giving permission for miracles to happen outside the schedule and format you imagined. When you allow, you stop micromanaging the manifestation process. You stop trying to control every variable and begin to collaborate with the invisible forces of creation. You become a conscious partner of the universe instead of an anxious manager trying to force results. Together, these 3 declarations form a complete spiritual decree. I accept removes resistance. I deserve removes unworthiness. I allow removes control. And when the 3 main obstacles to abundance are dissolved simultaneously, you become an irresistible magnet for prosperity. The transformation doesn't happen gradually. It happens instantly. The moment you pronounce these words with total conviction, your vibratory frequency changes. And when your frequency changes, your external reality begins to reorganize to reflect that new vibration. People begin to offer you opportunities they never offered before. Lucrative ideas begin to emerge in your mind like divine revelations. Money begins to appear from unexpected sources at perfect times in ways you could never have planned. Because these words don't create abundance. They remove everything that was preventing you from perceiving the abundance that has always been available. Like wiping dust off a mirror and discovering that the image was always there, just obscured. Now the time has come for you to prove the transformative power of these 3 divine words, not as an experiment, but as a recognition of the spiritual truth that has always been yours. This is not a technique. It is a return to your essential nature. For the next 21 days, you will perform a sacred ritual. Every morning, in front of the mirror, you will look into your own eyes and declare with absolute conviction, I accept, I deserve, I allow. 3 times each phrase. 9 declarations that will completely rewrite your financial programming. But don't speak them as empty mantras. Speak them as divine decrees. Feel the spiritual weight of each word. Allow them to penetrate not just your mind, but your heart, your cells, your soul. You are literally reprogramming decades of limiting conditioning in seconds of absolute faith. On the first day, you will feel resistance. Your conditioned mind will try to convince you that this is too simple, it can't work. You're deluding yourself. This resistance is proof that the process is working. Continue. On the seventh day, you will begin to notice subtle changes. Opportunities arising, ideas appearing, people offering you things they didn't offer before. Your energy will be different. Your posture will be different. You will be vibrating at another frequency. On the 14th day, the transformations will become impossible to ignore. Money will begin to flow in unexpected ways. Doors that were closed will begin to open. You will recognize yourself as a magnetic channel for divine abundance. On the 21st day, you will be a completely different person. Not because you changed who you are, but because you removed everything that wasn't you. And when the false barriers fall, prosperity flows naturally, like water finding its level. During this period, be prepared to receive. When someone offers you an opportunity, don't question if you deserve it. Accept. When a lucrative idea arises in your mind, don't dismiss it for seeming too simple. Allow it to manifest. When money comes unexpectedly, don't feel guilty. Deserve it. Remember, you are not trying to attract abundance. You are removing everything that was repelling it. And when you stop being an obstacle to prosperity, it flows through you like a force of nature. You have changed. At this very moment, simply by having absorbed these words with seriousness, your vibratory frequency has shifted. You are no longer the same person who began to read this message. You now vibrate at the frequency of conscious abundance. I accept is no longer a declaration you will make. It is who you have become. A being receptive to the infinite blessings of the universe. I deserve is no longer an affirmation you will repeat. It is your new identity. A worthy channel of divine prosperity. I allow is no longer a practice you will try. It is your new way of existing. A conscious collaborator with the invisible forces of creation. You are now a human magnet for opportunities. A walking magnetic field that attracts abundance wherever you go. People will feel your different energy and will be inspired to offer you things. The universe will conspire in your favor in ways that defy all logic. But with great power comes great responsibility. You did not receive these words by chance. They were delivered to you because your soul was ready for transformation. And now that you possess the keys to divine prosperity, you have the responsibility to use them with wisdom and gratitude. If these words awaken something in you, if you felt a real change in your energy, honor this moment. Comment below one of the 3 words that touched your heart the most. Let your public declaration be the first act of your new, prosperous identity. If this message resonated with you, like it. Your like isn't just a click, it's a vote of confidence in the transformative power of these spiritual truths. Subscribe to the channel to continue receiving insights that will further expand your capacity to receive abundance. Each new insight is a new key, a new frequency, a new dimension of prosperity being unlocked. Share this message with someone you know needs to hear these words. By spreading abundance, you multiply your own. It is spiritual law. The more you give, the more you receive. And always remember, abundance is not a privilege of the few, it is a divine right of all. You did not conquer these words, you remembered them. They have always been yours. So it was, so it is, so it always will be. I accept, I deserve, I allow, so it is, so it shall be.